pickpockets. They don't blow no trumpets. They're around and they're everywhere. They can cut through or even tear.
Hello everybody. Once again, this is Fred Wemko coming to you from our studios in Chicago with another edition of Bold Talk on Island TV. As usual, I like to say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you, depending on where you are around the world. Today, I'm going to bring you two great stories of two great Nigerians in America who are blazing trails. The first one I'm going to bring you is a young lady who is actually based in Lagos. Her company is based in Lagos, but she's now blazing trails in the United States, with Chicago being her United States base. Her name is ChiChi Ezurike, popularly known as ChiChi Ezurike. And Zurich is the name of the international fashion consulting company that ChiChi Ezurike has created, that's making waves all across Nigeria and now in the United States. However, before we present ChiChi Ezurike in detail, let me also introduce the second person we're going to feature today, and it's none other than Damola Adamolekun. Damola Adamolekun was born in Nigeria just like ChiChi Ezurike, and at 9 years old, he moved to the United States. His parents moved to the United States. Damola, in the time he has been here, now 35 years old, is the CEO of Red Lobster. And to show that that's not a fluke, prior to becoming the CEO of Red Lobster, at 32 years old, Damola actually became the CEO of PJ Chang. Neither PJ Chang nor Red Lobster is child's play. Today we're going to bring you the story about how these two trailblazers got to the place they are. And this episode is one that I see as a motivational episode for our young people across the world, especially the ones here in the United States. Now, let's start out with ChiChi Ezurike.
Oh, these pickpockets, they don't blow no trumpets. They're around and they're everywhere. They can cut through or even tear.
It is wedding season and every bride deserves her dream dress moment. That is why we are walking through the latest in bridal fashion trends.
And fashion designer ChiChi Ezurike joins us now with a look at her debut bridal collection. ChiChi, thank you for coming in.
Thank you so much.
We had a preview. It is gorgeous.
Yes. Thank you.
For a bride who may be considering coming to you, what is your philosophy when it comes to bridal gowns?
So I recently just got engaged.
Yes.
So I'm currently in the process of making my own wedding dress. And I would say it's a long, expensive, beautiful process. But if you're going to go for a custom-made dress, you definitely have to trust your designer and also get something or design something that makes you feel the most confidence. That's my philosophy. If you don't look beautiful, if you don't feel radiant, then you don't have a custom dress.
Okay. What are some of the trends you're seeing right now in bridal gowns?
Definitely lace.
Lace,
Lace is so feminine. Lace is so beautiful and soft. And then ball gowns. People want to be dramatic. People want to be bold and make a statement. So those two styles are definitely also in my collection.
Okay, so lace, what other type of materials also big?
Silk, chiffon, very drapey, soft, flowy gowns. We have a lot of ethereal brides that also just want to make a statement, but just keep it so calm. So you can use silk. We have chiffon. We have bridal beaded laces. We do a lot of beading laces where it takes time. So all those like handwork made.
Oh, wow. Well, let's see what you got.
Yes. All right. Well, tell us about this first look.
Okay, so this is our Maryland dress. This is the lace I'm talking about. So it's like a chiffon underneath with lace and the top, so the hips are draped giving you that feminine silhouette. So if you want to have like a full hill of hips, you can use this. It also has a train at the back, which is detachable. So if you want to keep it simple, you can go without the train. If you want to make that drama, that statement, you can also use the train.
That is gorgeous.
And actually, if you don't want to have two dresses, you can just take the train off and it can become your
Yes,
second
you can
dress.
get 2 in 1. Yeah. And chantilly lace is always very slick to the body, so it gives you that hourglass figure.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Thank you so much. I love that. I love the sleeves.
Now tell us about this one.
Now this is just perfect for like a city girl.
Yes.
If you don't want like a ballroom, if you're doing like an outdoor wedding, this is perfect. So we're using chantilly lace, and it also has some stretch to the fabric. So if you're like a fuller figure, this would be perfect for you because it will hug to your shape. And then we also have corset in the front, which gives you and snatch you in the right places.
Oh, yeah.
And it's also double trained, so it gives the drama at the back.
Oh, can we see the back?
Yeah, and can that, I take it that can be bustled up? Okay.
You can bustle it up if you want to dance after party, so you can let it down or let it up.
I like that you've done with the sleeves because you've got the little cap sleeve to kind of make it think like it's springy, but the long sleeves you can take into any season.
Right.
Yeah, very pretty.
All right, gorgeous.
Yeah.
Okay, now I imagine this is the bride that just...
One of my favorites.
Yes.
It's actually my personal dress, and I added it to the collection.
Oh.
I love feathers, and it's just like a fun, easy garden vibe kind of wedding. So if you're not like a loud, over-the-top bride, but you still want to make a statement, I think feathers just cascading down your train is perfect. So you can also take off the cape and just wear your dress as it is. The sides has the beaded lace on the side, and then we have the hourglass shaping all throughout the dress with an A-line flow.
Very pretty.
Now, this is a dress that you made specifically for one particular bride, but if another bride comes in and says, hey, I like this, what would you say to them? Let me change it up for you, or?
So every dress is made to measurement for each bride, but if you like something from our collection, we can make it exactly for you, but we'll also want to put your personality into it. So we'll take inspiration from you or your venue or what your theme of the wedding is, and we'll make it for you.
How long does something like this take to make?
It takes time.
Yes.
Like maybe about 6 to 8 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Roughly, minimum.
I was thinking longer than that. Yeah.
Usually it takes,
Okay.
depends if the brides want like a custom fabric, then we have to make your fabric from scratch or order it from, you know, overseas. So it depends. But
Okay.
4 to 6 weeks, 6 to 8 is the minimum.
Okay, here comes the queen.
Right?
Forget the
star of
princess,
the show,
this is
yes.
the queen.
So this will be perfect for a ballroom wedding. She also has the crown to make a statement. It's very heavy, I would say, but if you are a bride that wants to shine and just be the star of the moment, this is her, and it has like a 60-feet train behind.
That is, and again, the corset back really brings in her waistline nicely. That is so pretty.
You can also have a garter skirt under if you want it more wider, but right now we don't have it under just to give like a full skirt, so you can add it under.
Oh, yeah.
Now, would this be something you can bustle? It's so long.
No,
This would
actually
just
you
be
can't.
for a
Yeah, this would
ceremony.
just be for the
Okay.
ceremony. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Gosh,
All
that's
right.
beautiful. What kind of material is that made with? Is that
This is beaded lace, and it's also silk lined under, and then the top, everything is hand beaded from the top to the bottom, so we don't place with anything but the hand, so it takes a long time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you also have looks for people who are not necessarily in the wedding, but are going to the wedding.
Yeah, so if you're a wedding guest, if you're going to a special event, we have looks custom made dresses also. We have one of our best sellers, it's the sugar dress.
so
Ooh, the
pretty?
sugar
The
dress.
girls
that
love this
shimmer.
one. It's so pretty. So if you're a wedding guest, this would be perfect. Even for a bride, it could be your second dress.
Yeah. Oh,
you know,
yeah.
we like to change and get ready to dance and have fun. So the side drape just give that feminine wrap to your hips. The top has the beaded crystals, and then the corset boning just adds and accentuates the hips. It's just gorgeous. I love this dress.
covering and uncovering in just the right places?
Yes.
Yeah, beautiful.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that
you.
sure
So
is gorgeous.
how does the process work? Walk us through the process.
Okay, so we start with consultation with the client. That way we can understand what the client wants or what her vision is for her occasion. Then we book you for measurement intake. And most of the time we do it virtually. And I have perfected my measurement intake with my my clients. We have like a 95% perfect fit.
Oh, wow.
And if it doesn't fit, we do have seamstress in Chicago that can help you alter it at no charge. After we get the measurements, then we start the production. I also make sure to carry all my clients throughout the whole process. We send pictures, we send videos, you know, we keep you along the whole process. Once it's ready, we show you, you approve it, and we ship it right next to you.
Wow. And then if people want to get the other dresses for the galas or the proms and stuff like that, are those available on your website?
Yes. So everything, even the bridal collection is on the website. So you just have to book a consultation with us, and we will get you through the process.
Beautiful. Ladies, it's fantastic.
ZuricheOfficial.com is where you can get more information. Thank you for coming in, and congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. And good luck
On
with your
both
own
the
dress.
wedding. I was the wedding and the collection.
Thank you so much.
Oh, these pickpockets, they don't blow no trumpets. They're around and they're everywhere. They can cut through or even tear.
Now, that's one trailblazer. And here comes another trailblazer. Damola Adamolekun is currently the CEO of Red Lobster. Today, that's what everybody's going gung-ho about. But Damola's journey did not start at Red Lobster. Damola was already doing big things in the restaurant business before he got to Red Lobster. Let's see how it all started, and then the Red Lobster story. And Damola in his story is basically telling young people it doesn't matter what the area is, but whatever you choose to do, make yourself the best.
Whatever you do, just be the best, right? I remember when I first moved to America, and I would have been like 9 or 10 years old, but we went to get our hair cut at the barbershop in Springfield in Illinois. And the barber was rolling around in an S-Class Benz, right? Because it was the best barber in the city, and everybody went there. And my dad stopped and said, you know, look, in America, even if you're a barber, it doesn't matter what you do. If you're the best at whatever it is you do really well. You can buy a Benz. You can live a great life, right? So the idea was just do what you're interested in, but be the best at it, no matter what it is.
Oh, these pickpockets, they don't blow no trumpets. They're around and they're everywhere. They can cut through or even tear.
The only way to actually become successful is to put in hard work. That's the only way, right? It's like sports. You know, the way you get better is you practice. You know, the way you build endurance is you go run hills. The way you become a better receiver is you run 100 routes, right? And that's the way you get better, but that's not glamorous, of course. Now you can pretend that's only going to get you so far. And then you're going to get to a point where you just don't have what it takes because you never developed it, because you were pretending the whole time. So work on really being better. You can be better. Anything can be improved. You don't like how you speak, you can improve that. You don't like how you think, you can improve that. You don't like whatever. You can get better in all these different categories, just like a video game, but you got to put in the work. That's the only way.
Okay, Damola, now, how did you end up becoming the CEO of PJ Chang's before you got to Red Lobster now? PJ Chang's is not an ordinary feat.
Yeah, so it started as an investment, right? So I led the deal to buy PF Chang's on behalf of my employer, Paulson & Company. So after I left Goldman, I worked at a private equity firm called CPG Capital for 2 years. Then I went to business school. I went to Harvard. And then I worked for a hedge fund investor named John Paulson, who was one of the great investors of our time, like a very famous investor. So he has a hedge fund called Paulson & Company. So I went to go work there. And while I was there, I did a bunch of different things. But one thing I did was this deal, right? So PF Chang's was up for sale. This is like 2018. And some, I had some friends that were selling the company, right, that I worked with at Goldman. So they gave me the look and said, PF Chang's is up for sale. And I more or less looked at it and thought it was a good investment. So I pitched it to my boss. I pitched it to John Paulson and said, we should buy this. And here's why, and here's the plan, and here's the thesis, and here's the numbers. And we walked through it, and John agreed. So I then executed the deal. I led the deal to buy it. So for me, it was an investment. I thought it was a good opportunity. I thought it was a good business. I thought it was a good brand with a lot of potential. A lot of things weren't being done well, but we felt like we could fix these things, right? Like the delivery business and some other things, right? So, yeah, I got involved as an investor. I joined the board when we closed the deal. And then I started. Now, the thing is, I was responsible for it, right? I convinced people at Paulson to buy it. So it's my deal, right? If I'm calling from New York, people can kind of BS and give you the runaround. And, you know, if I'm here, it's things get done, right? So I just started coming every week just to push things forward, right? So I'd come out, I'd fly out every Monday, I'd fly back every Thursday. And then the CEO at the time that we brought in, Tiago, said, you know, if you're going to be here every week, you need a title. So they gave me a title. They made me Chief Strategy Officer. Working at two firms. So I was still working at Paulson, but this was a big deal. John wrote a big check to buy the company. And I just wanted to make sure it was successful. So I was just out here just trying to make sure things were getting done, right? And the CEO we brought in appreciated that because he didn't necessarily want to deal with all this transformational work, right? Like he was a nuts and bolts operator, you know, 70 plus years old. We brought him out of retirement, but he knew how to run restaurants really well. That's what he did. During COVID, you know, like I said, he's 73 years old, was traveling every week. So COVID happened. He wasn't going to be traveling anymore, decided to step back. And so we didn't have a CEO. And then, you know, Paulson asked me to step in. Right, he's like, you're there every week. You know what's going on. It's your deal. Go deal with it. Go fix it. Right.
So that's a little background on how he became the CEO of PJ Chang, which was just a stepping stone to him becoming today the CEO of Red Lobster. Now let's hear the Red Lobster story. Now remember, Red Lobster is not just some Jack and Jill mom and pop restaurant. Red Lobster has over 500 restaurants across the world, most of them in America. And Red Lobster came up with a promo that almost put it out of business. A successful promo, but it almost put the company out of business. And I take pride as a Nigerian in knowing that when Red Lobster decided they needed somebody to rescue Red Lobster, they reached out to Damola Adamolekun, a Nigerian, an African.
This is, without exaggeration, one of the most important companies in American history.
Embattled restaurant chain Red Lobster has a new CEO and a steep climb ahead.
There were certainly big mistakes made over the last few years.
In the wake of bankruptcy this year, the chain is leaning on Damola Adamolekun.
There's a lot of regulars.
Formerly the CEO of P.F. Chang's and just 35 years old.
You know, when I took over P.F. Chang's, I was 30. So now I feel old.
Yeah, 35.
I feel experienced. Hey, how you doing? You bring the food out earlier. It was perfect. I appreciate it.
So, how does this new CEO plan to save Red Lobster?
We'll get the ultimate feast.
We sat down for a chat over some, well, lobster.
I've never had lobster on pizza.
Well, you're about to try it.
After ordering, we proceeded straight to the elephant, or shrimp, in the room.
When you saw endless shrimp, you know, what did you think?
So that's a very expensive product to give away endlessly. When you have endless shrimp and people are coming in and sitting down at the table and eating for hours as much shrimp as they possibly can, you stress out the kitchen, you stress out the servers, you stress out the host, people can't get a table, it creates a lot of chaos, and you saw a lot of that.
Are you glad that endless shrimp is done? Was that pretty crazy?
Actually, yeah. You know, I was thinking.
Food quality is very good at Red Lobster. It has been since its inception. Now, the menu's gotten too big, so we're gonna reduce the menu, but in a very intelligent way.
Do you think you guys might need to close more restaurants?
We intend to be done closing restaurants, intend to grow from here.
Grow from here?
In terms of the business, right? There's gonna be investments in the product that will take time. Infrastructure investment takes time. Technology investment takes time. There's 545 restaurants, so fixing every broken HVAC and every torn carpet and every chair that needs replacing will take time, but the impact should be felt right away.
I kind of want that little of that lobster tail.
Oh, you don't have any? Oh yeah, we have to.
Well, we can split. I don't mind sharing.
Please take the whole thing. I've had it plenty of times. I think I matured relatively quickly. I've been in positions of authority for a long time. My 35 might be different than somebody else's 35, but these are just numbers. It's about your experience, who you are as a person, the quality of your character, your integrity, your intelligence, your communication ability. There's a lot of things that are different person by person, and age is just one of them. They make work feel like not work, like family.
We are family.
You are family.
You've in the past said that you don't separate work and life balance, that work kind of is life. That's a pretty different philosophy than a lot of people have right now.
Well, if you listen to what I said this works for me, and I don't expect anybody else to live life the way I do. Work to me is purpose. When you wake up every morning and you're excited to do something, it stops being work. Do I expect everybody who works for me to be like that? No. Maybe because I was a server when I was young, but I understand what it's like to work in the restaurant business. So nothing keeps me up at night. I'm energetic about the work, and the more quickly we can get it done and the better we are at achieving our goals, the better life will be for 30,000 people that work for us. That's the most important thing to me.
That's the most important thing to Damola Adamolekun. As for me, the most important thing is that Africans in America continue to shine. And leading the way among those Africans are Nigerians in America. ChiChi Ezurike and Damola Adamolekun are two trailblazers every African in America should be proud of. They are young, they are energetic, they have ideas, and they bring the best of Africa to America. Both of them under 35 years old. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is Fred Wonko coming to you from our studios in Chicago with another edition of Bold Talk on Island TV. And until next time, good night and God bless.
Maxi, ibia bunye go kwanu mo no fube nazo olaga ni biazugo mma olaga do ni biazugo akwa nwa wilochi o biko rapuzo kona bazia edogo kenenu bikechofo ama kwa mnika gogodia oligwe kwelona ikejo babele bege hey you want edogo kenenu bikechofo ama kwa mnika gogodia oligwe kwelona ikejo babele bege hey you want eku kampu nekene omogo ndi nso chukwu emekalumo ike chukwu negaje esi nwanne m ekene ịlapụlụ ife niile na-eme wee bịa ka gosili na anyị na gị bụ nwanne wisdom ga-adị ka nye gị maịkị ka ogobanya bụ egwu isili maxi ọ bụ na-etiri egwu a malụkwa malụ n'imego m ife ọjọọ wee sị gị nwanne m ife ọbụ na ịchọlụ na ngeme wisdom onume ekene gị bama ihe biko lapụ nabasị zoro 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 duru joy na bugwu Hausa Sokoto ojembe nwilo anụ solo nwe ma n'ọfịa na-ara onye nwụrụ Ezurike